The government shutdown is going into its second month. And what does this mean for you? And who's to blame? This is what I'm talking about today on Rooster's Revelations. Okay, the government has been shut down now for almost 2 months, and there seems to be no resolution in sight. Now, how does this affect the normal American? Well, if you're a government employee, obviously you're not getting a paycheck right now. If you're in the military, you're not getting paid. If you're an air traffic controller, you're not getting paid. So it's affecting a whole lot of government institutions. Now, it's also affecting the SNAP benefits, the food stamp program for the United States. And pretty soon, people aren't going to be getting their benefits. So they're not going to be able to buy groceries. So it's affecting a whole lot of people. If you're trying to take a plane from one place to another, due to the lack of air traffic controllers and due to them not getting a paycheck, the odds of you getting to your location on time is almost nil. Now, who's to blame for all of this? Well, the Republicans are blaming the Democrats are blaming the Republicans. So what is the actual truth? Well, the reality of it is the Republicans have put this bill up for vote about 14 times. And all 14 times, every Republican that is in the Senate has voted yes on the continuing resolution to fund the government. Now, this is a clean CR bill. Okay, which means there's no pork added onto it. It just continues the budget. It continues to fund our government at the levels they're at now. Now, the Democrats, on the other hand, have voted no. Every last one of them has voted no all 14 times this has been brought up for vote. Now, the reason why they're voting no is because they're worried about the health care. They're worried about Obamacare, the Affordable Care Act. Well, maybe it's the not so Affordable Care Act, because what they're wanting to do is put the benefits back in to the Affordable Care Act, and they're wanting to subsidize it so illegal aliens can get health care. It also helps subsidize transgender funding for minors. So that's something that the Republicans obviously don't want, conservatives don't want, and I don't want. But the reality of it is the bill is a clean resolution. Nothing has changed. Now, the Democrats want this funding added for the Affordable Care Act, and that's why they're voting no. Now, we all know that Obamacare is crap. It's been crap from the very get. And I truly think that the Republicans should come up with a plan to replace it with something that's totally better, something that will actually work, and something that won't have to be subsidized at the levels of Obamacare. Now, how does the vote work? Well, the vote requires 60 votes, 60 yay votes for the bill to pass. Now, we all know that in the Senate right now, the Republicans hold 51 seats. They don't hold enough to be able to pass the bill and to be able to get it to move on. They need Democrats to vote yes, and it requires 60 votes. Well, the Democrats, not a single one, are voting yes. They voted no every time, so it's the Schumer shutdown. It is the Democrats' fault, the reason why this bill is not passing. I've seen Hakeem Jeffries on the TV this morning, and he's trying to blame Donald Trump, and he's trying to blame the Republicans. But the reality is they have to vote yes, or it doesn't go through. It's damn sure a Democrat shutdown, no doubt about it. They have to vote yes to make it happen. Now, Donald Trump, our president, he has actually called for the Republicans to go nuclear. And what that means is a nuclear vote. They want to remove the filibuster to where it only requires a small majority to be able to pass the bill. If the Democrats aren't going to get on board and they don't care about the American people enough to make sure that their SNAP benefits or any other kind of benefits are approved and funded, well, then I think we should probably go nuclear. I think we should remove the filibuster. I think the Republicans should remove the filibuster and go ahead and pass the bill. I think it's a win-win for the Republicans. Politically, it's a win for them. They would be able to point out the fact that the reason why they had to remove the filibuster is to make sure that our government is funded and to make sure that the poor people that rely on the SNAP benefits actually are getting them so they can buy groceries for their families. Because the Democrats obviously don't seem to care about those people. They seem to care about the illegal aliens and the transgender issues a whole lot more than they seem to care about the SNAP benefits getting paid for Americans that need them. So that's the basic breakdown. Now, if you think that the Republicans should go nuclear, comment below and let me know. I'm definitely interested in your opinion. If you think the Democrats should get off their ass and actually vote yes on a continuing resolution that does nothing but fund the government at the same levels that they have been funded at, then go ahead and comment below and let me know that too. I'd really like your opinion. Folks, Republican, Democrat, Americans need help and our government needs funded. So we need to get this done. So whether or not the Democrats get on board, I truly think, again, that the Republicans need to go ahead and get rid of the filibuster and go ahead and fund our government. The poor people in our country actually need the benefits, and they need to be able to buy food for their children and be able to survive as Americans. Obviously, the Democrats don't care, so let's go ahead and just bypass them altogether. And I also think that the Republicans need to figure out something to replace Obamacare with. Obamacare, the Affordable Care Act, obviously does not work. Obviously, it's crap. Okay, from the very beginning, Obama said that we could keep our same doctors, that our premiums wouldn't go up. Well, that's horse crap. My premiums have gone up a ton, and so have the deductibles on my health insurance as well. And I'm pretty sure yours probably have too. So we do need to replace Obamacare with something that is actually functional and actually works. If you like this video, go ahead and click that thumbs up down below, and go ahead and subscribe so you don't miss future videos. You can also catch me on Instagram, X, Getter, and yeah, I'm even on TikTok. So you can check me out there. And until next time, folks, I'm Eric Sturm, and this is Rooster's Revelations.